Welcome to Toffee TV's the Everton News Daily. This video is sponsored by OneFootball, the app that keeps you up to date with the scores, transfer rumours and stats, all in one place. So download the app, click the link. Marco Silva is targeting more than just Andre Gomes for Everton's midfield for next season. He wants the Portuguese midfield player to stay, as most of us do, but he said there's going to be big competition in the centre of the park next season, hinting that he would like to bring in more than just Andre Gomes. He talked about Tom Davies and said that he really rates Tom, but it's up to him to keep improving and to step up, because it's going to be very difficult to get into the team next season in the centre of the park. So that's quite interesting, because I suppose we've been told for a while there's going to be a few positions targeted, not necessarily central. I wonder if that's an indication about Ghana moving on, maybe, I don't know, but quite clearly he's wanting to bring in at least two central midfield players, one of those of course being Andre Gomes. It's what you'd expect, but trying to improve incrementally each season, so with that comes better players. One of our current central midfield players, James McCarthy, is expected to leave the club. However, he was denied a loan move in January, and it's thought now that Everton will probably listen to offers for him, or even loan offers, to try and get him some game time. Marco Silva didn't want him to leave in January because of the needs of the squad, really, but expect him to leave this summer. James, he's been injured for, he had a terrible double leg break, and hasn't really got back in the side at all, as he's played, handful of minutes against United the other week, and that was it, really. So a chance for him maybe to kickstart his or rather his football career somewhere else. Galatasaray are reportedly ready to offer Everton a deal to keep Henry Onyekuru there for another season on loan, if Everton do not want to sell the Nigerian international. He's done very well for them this season, scoring 15 goals. Obviously he's got work permit issues, which is why hasn't been over at Everton. It'll be interesting to see whether Everton apply for the work permits. He's done very well, like I say, out in Turkey. He's going to the AFCON with Nigeria, which was thought would give him enough to get a work permit in England, but who knows, maybe Marco Silva and Marcel Brands feel like he'd benefit from another year on loan in Turkey, or whether they'll bring him in and have a look at him. We'll have to wait and see. Everton today being linked to Santiago Souza, the Argentinian under-20 midfield player. Don't know that much about him, other than he's a talent. I'm sure El Pivot on Twitter has done a scouting report on this kid, actually, but it plays into Marcel Brands' South American Championship visit in January, I suppose, and him keeping an eye on all the top players around that age group. So maybe Everton are interested in him. He's got an £11.5 million buyout, so quite easily within Everton's reach, if that's who they want to pursue, obviously. He's a kid, never played here, but take time to integrate, obviously, into the way of the Premier League, but we'll have to wait and see. Cenk Tosun is interested in Besiktas. He was, of course, pictured there over the weekend at their game. Had a great time there, didn't he, before Everton signed him. Cenk has said on a number of occasions he wants to remain an Everton player, but the Turkish news outlets going berserk for him having a possible return to Besiktas, so who knows. And finally, Mason Holgate has tweeted today that he's gutted with the outcome of last night's penalty drama in the playoff match between West Bromwich Albion and Aston Villa. Mason, of course, missed one of the penalties in the shootout. Aston Villa won and will play at Wembley for a place in the Premier League. Holgate said, "I've learned so much and really enjoyed my time at West Bromwich Albion, and he gutted that we didn't complete the job." So, he's had a good time since going to West Brom in January. He's played predominantly as the right back there and has done very well. So he's another one, coming back to Everton this summer, going to have to get his head down and work hard and see whether he can convince Marco Silva that he can play at right back, and really push Seamus Coleman, or whether he convince Marco Silva that he can be one of our centre backs He played a few games at centre-back last season, some good games, but you know, the final game he played against West Ham, he didn't have the greatest of games, and then found himself out of the side there. So interesting to see whether he can grab this opportunity with both hands in the summer. We'll have to wait and see. That is it for the News Daily. Give us a thumbs up, give this video, or sorry, rather subscribe to the channel, and if you want more videos, get over and have a look at Patreon. It's excellent. See you later.